Hello, in this video, we will be touching on client in client server architecture. You may have heard the client server architecture in which client has, will make the request and server will entertain those requests and respond back. And, they both have communications between them. So what different kind of client we can have, we will be discussing today. Also, what is a client in short? See, client is someone, as I explained in the video, the client is someone who can ask for anything to the server. Both client and server are two machines. Server is for serving, client is for asking. So client asks server to for certain resources or for certain data to do some specific work, and server does it and acknowledge it that yeah, it's been done. Or if it is asking, clients are asking for some data, it will serve it. It will return this in the agreed upon format. Now what we have, as you can see on the screen, we have 6 different kind of clients, maybe possibly more, but you may encounter more possibility and more popularity based these 6 kind of clients. The you can be familiar with the 3 to 4 of them, or maybe all of them. So let's start with mobile. You have a mobile, you you use internet, you use mobile applications and installable applications, you use it. There's a client because most of the application will not work without internet. So via the internet, these applications, these mobile applications, apps connect to the server and ask for the data you want to show on the app. Any social media app, any app, most of the apps you can relate to it. The second is browser. Browser, it's inside your mobile and inside your laptop as well, inside your PC. Browser, it's you are very familiar with it. You can visit any website using a browser. So you simply type an URL and it will go to that website, google.com or any. And if you want to search anything, then you can find a way in the browser and to go to the certain website and certain link or certain any resource on the internet. So it works the same way, but from your machine like mobile and laptop and to the server, the browser sits in between, facilitate these connections. Okay. So it's and browser lives in your client side, so it's comes under the category of client. And while we are explaining clients, the server needs to take care that response will be sending in a correct manner, in a correct way, and sure shot entertain the client. It should know like which different kind of client it will be serving. Okay. And also client side, if you are developing client side application, because client also, as a developer, as an engineer, we need to care about. We need to think like which kind of client is it. Is it a mobile, it is a browser, or it is a desktop. We need to think and we need to develop accordingly. Okay. Next, we can touch up. It's the desktop. It's simple. Any laptop, any machine, and any PC. It's like a desktop, and the application we install directly on a desktop. Without any browser, you have many application and downloaded in your uh, you know desktop or on your machine. Same app, which is also that is also known as client. So that can also have the ability to connect to the server and getting the data and all that. So it's simple. The next we can touch up upon is IoT. IoT is also a physical thing. Okay. So physical device like your electronic bulb, like your router. Okay. Any like your or if you have a Wi-Fi connected devices like filters and all that, these are also client because they need to connect to some server to get the data or to get your the service they need. Okay. Any IoT device also comes under the client category. The last, if you're an engineer and if you're a daily backend developer, you are also known as a API client. Whenever you develop a backend APIs, you need someone to some a tool to test it. Most of the browser and mobile and these are the way you can test in the real environment, but before pushing it to the real environment, you want to test like the way you are developed these application, are they behaving in that way or not. So you have a API client. It's a desktop application installed on desktop. It could be mobile as well. And most popular is Postman, Insomnia, and I think Bruno. There are Thunder client. You have must have used any one of them or multiple throughout your journey. So this is for that. It's specific, very specific use case. But yeah. The last is services or servers, which means that in a microservice architecture or in a distributed system, when you go scale and you know go to that level, you have multiple services, then those services also need to connect to each other and response, request response, or communicate to each other. So they can use also request response model or client service architecture. So for any other service, this service A and service A can become client for service B if it's something to be communicated from service A to service B, and vice versa also. If service B will be acting like a client for service A, if service B needs to do something or ask or for the resource or anything like that, wants to do something via service B, so they will work like that. So all of them needs a physical machine to reside in. Services will need server, browser will need some physical laptop or mobile is also machine, mobile application, desktop applications also. IoT is a physical and API physical. Same as servers are typically more on serving, more on processing and on those things. They do not have any mostly visualized thing. We connect to them, and the UI and the serving and the visualization mostly held on client side. Okay, so that's all for this video. We have explored this kind of different kind of clients we can possibly have in our day-to-day life and in our career. So if you have any comment or if you have any question regarding the client or regarding anything in general, shoot it down the comment and I will try to answer it. And if I know, otherwise I will research on it and try to explain it or make a video on it if it is interesting enough to make a video on. So yeah, that's all for today. Let's catch up in the next video. Thanks for watching.